Hello everyone, welcome to Digital Communication in this minimum shift keying. In the previous videos, we have discussed about the amplitude shift keying, frequency shift keying, phase shift keying, differential phase shift keying, and quadrature phase shift keying. This indicates minimum phase shift keying. The phase shift is minimum. Its name only indicates minimum phase shift keying. In the quadrature phase shift keying, we have the lesser phase shift compared to PSK and DPSK, but here in the QPSK we have the abrupt variations. The variations of the signal is abrupt or sudden. Due to that, intersymbol interference occurs. Due to the abrupt variations of the signals, we have the intersymbol interference. By using a low pass filter, we pass the signals, but you know that in the low pass filter, the signal is not suddenly decreases, it slowly decreases, slow decay. Due to that slow decay, the one symbol output is interferes with the another symbol output. Due to that, we have the distortion. That distortion is called as intersymbol interference. This distortion is called as what? Intersymbol interference. To minimize that intersymbol interference or to reduce that problem, we use another phase shift keying. That phase shift keying process is called as minimum phase shift keying. This minimum phase shift keying differs from QPSK. In this, the waveforms are much smoother than QPSK. In MSK, the baseband waveforms are much smoother. Due to this smoother waveforms, there is a phase continuity. No abrupt variations in the phase changes. There is no sudden phase changes. So that smoother variations, this smoother waveforms gives the small or smooth variations or minimum variations in the phase. So it is called as a phase shift keying. But in QPSK, there is a abrupt variations or sudden variations. Due to that, we have a intersymbol interference. But in MSK, there is no sudden phase variations and the output waveforms are smoother. Due to that, there is no intersymbol interference. In MSK, there is no intersymbol interference. Next, the input binary sequence B of T. Binary sequence is indicated by what? B of T. It is divided into two parts. One is even bit and another one is odd bit. You already know this in the QPSK also. The bits are divided into two parts by using a demultiplexer circuits. By using demultiplexer, we split that binary bits into odd bits and even bits. Odd bit means the first bit, third bit, fifth bit. These are considered as odd bits. BO of T. And second, fourth, sixth bits are considered as even bits. BE of T. And here the symbol time TS. Symbol time TS is equal to 2 times that of TB. TB means what? 1 bit time interval. 1 bit needs how much time interval? That is called as TB. Double that of the bit time interval is considered as TS. Symbol time is equal to 2 TB, or it is 2 times that of the bit intervals. And reciprocal of TB is FB. FB indicates what? Frequency of that particular bit time intervals. Here 1 divided by TB is equal to FB. Okay. Here the changes in odd and even bits are not abrupt. Observe here, the changes of even and odd bits are not abrupt or not sudden variations. The carrier, there are two carriers in the QPSK also, we have two carriers, and in MSK also we have two carriers, that is A sin 2 pi FCT and A cos 2 pi FCT. This A sin 2 pi FCT and A cos 2 pi FCT frequencies are multiplied by the smoother waveforms in the product modulators. In QPSK also, we have the product modulators. One signal is in phase and another signal is 90 degree out of phase. Odd signal is connected with A sin 2 pi FCT and even signal is connected with A cos 2 pi FCT. You already know the block diagram of QPSK. The same concept is adopted here also. Hence, there is a phase continuity in the output of MSK transmitter. We have the phase continuity, but here there is no abrupt variations. In QPSK, we have the abrupt variations in the waveforms. That is the main advantage of the MSK compared to QPSK. Now we consider the merits or advantages of MSK. The MSK baseband waveforms are smoother compared to QPSK. These waveforms are smooth. Due to the smoother waveforms, there is no abrupt variations. MSK signals have continuous phase in all the cases. We have a continuous phase. There is no any interference or phase jitter. But also we have some phase jitters due to abrupt variations. In the QPSK, that abrupt variation is large, so that we have the larger phase distortions. MSK signal have a continuous phase in all the cases, whereas QPSK has abrupt phase shift of pi by 2 and pi radians. MSK waveforms does not have amplitude variations. Here amplitude variation is minimum. The main lobe of MSK is wider than that of QPSK. Here we have the major lobes and minor lobes. Minor lobes should be minimum and major lobes should be maximum. Here we have the wider major lobes. But in QPSK, that major lobe width is slightly less. And the side lobes of MSK are smaller. Here we have a number of side lobes, that MSK side lobes are smaller compared to QPSK. To avoid the interchannel interference due to side lobes, that means one signal should not interfere with the another channel signal. To avoid the interchannel interference due to the side lobes, QPSK needs band pass filtering. It should pass only a particular band of frequency. That band pass filtering is used in the QPSK, whereas it is not required in MSK. In MSK, the side lobes are very smaller, so band pass filtering action is not required. And in QPSK, band pass filtering changes the amplitude waveforms because of abrupt changes in the phase. But in MSK, this problem is not occurs. These are the advantages of or merits of MSK. Next, demerits or disadvantages. Here in the MSK, the bandwidth required is slightly high compared to QPSK. If suppose we consider that one bit needs a 1 milliseconds, then bit time interval TB is equal to how much? 1 millisecond. Reciprocal of that indicates what? FB. Reciprocal of that indicates FB. Here, if suppose it is 1 milliseconds, time interval is 1 milliseconds, then FB is equal to 1 kilohertz. In the MSK, this becomes 1.5 kilohertz. It's an example. Here, if it is 1 kilohertz, this becomes how much? 1.5 kilohertz. This indicates the bandwidth required in MSK is 1.5 times that of the QPSK bandwidth. This is one disadvantage. And another one is the generation and detection of MSK is slightly complex. The generation and detection, that is transmitter and receiver circuits of MSK, is slightly complex compared to QPSK. These are the disadvantages of MSK. In the MSK, we have one drawback. Its main lobe width is very large, so that the interchannel interference is slightly more. Or if we have a narrow signal, then it is not possible to use the MSK. Instead of MSK, we use another phase shift keying, that is Gaussian minimum shift keying. In this Gaussian minimum shift keying, we use the Gaussian low pass filter. This Gaussian low pass filter gives the sharp cutoff frequency. Here we use the NRZ bit sequence. The binary bits are converted into non-return to zero. Non-return to zero bits, NRZ bit sequences are applied to this Gaussian low pass filter. This Gaussian low pass filter gives the sharp cutoff frequencies. When we have the sharp cutoff frequency, there is no intersymbol interference. If the bandwidth is very narrow, then also there is no any distortion. So that where we need the sharp cutoff frequencies or narrow bandwidth, then we use a Gaussian minimum shift keying. The Gaussian low pass filter gives the sharp cutoff frequency. Then it is connected to voltage controlled oscillator, and that signals are amplified by the radio frequency amplifier. Then it becomes a Gaussian minimum shift keying output. The main lobe in the power spectrum of MSK is wide. You already know that the power spectrum, the major lobe is wide. This makes MSK is unsuitable for the applications where extremely narrow bandwidth. If the bandwidth is very narrow, then this MSK process is not suitable. Sharp cutoff frequencies are required. In the MSK slow decay, the signal is not suddenly decreases. Here it is slowly decreases. This slowly decreases means here the wave shape is like this. Slowly decreases. This slow decrease or slow variation interferes with the another signals. If you have the sharp cutoff frequency, then the signals are not interferes with the neighbor channel signals. MSK cannot be used for multi-user communications. Multi-user means more than one user communications. This problem can be overcome with a Gaussian MSK. Gaussian MSK means here we use the Gaussian low pass filter. This Gaussian low pass filter gives the sharp cutoff frequency. When the input NRZ bit sequence is first passed through the low pass filter, its spectrum is made narrow. Here its cutoff frequency is sharp. When this signal is given to the MSK spectrum has a sharp roll-off. So it reduces the adjacent channel interference. This is the main advantage of the Gaussian minimum shift keying. In the Gaussian minimum shift keying, it has a narrow power spectrum, so sharp roll-off characteristics, and reduces the adjacent channel interference. Adjacent channel interferences are not occurs here because it has a sharp cutoff frequency. Next, demerits. Low pass filtering of NRZ signal is required. When we use the non-return to zero signals, these signals should be passed through the low pass filter. This increases the complexity of MSK system. The circuit complexity slightly increases. And where we use this GMSK? GMSK is used in multi-user communication system. MSK is not suitable for the multi-user communication system, but GMSK is suitable for the multi-user communication system. This indicates the GMSK system. Next, we consider the comparison of ASK, FSK, PSK, DPSK, QPSK, and MSK. In the ASK, how many carrier oscillators are required? Number of carriers required. In the transmitter side, how many carrier oscillators are used? In amplitude shift keying, only one carrier oscillator is sufficient. But in frequency shift keying, we need two carrier oscillators because here frequency shifts. For binary 0, we need one carrier, and for binary 1, we need another carrier. In phase shift keying also, we need only one carrier. In differential phase shift keying also, we need only one carrier. But in quadrature phase shift keying, we need two carriers. You already know that A sin 2 pi FCT and another one is A cos 2 pi FCT. We need two carrier frequencies. And in minimum shift keying, we need only one carrier frequency. Next, number of local oscillators required. How many local oscillators are required in the receiver side. In the ASK, we need only one local oscillator. What frequency is transmitted in the transmitter side, that same frequency is generated in the receiver side. That oscillator is called as local oscillator. In FSK also, what frequencies are transmitted? Two different carriers. That same frequencies are generated in the receivers also. Two local oscillators are required. In PSK, only one local oscillator is sufficient. But in DPSK, there is no necessity of the local oscillators. There is no correlator circuit in the DPSK. There is no comparison. So that it is not necessary to use the local oscillators in DPSK. In quadrature phase shift keying, we need again the two local oscillators. One is A sin 2 pi FCT and another one is A cos 2 pi FCT. And in MSK, in the receiver side, we need two local oscillators. In the transmitter, we need only one local oscillator, but in the receiver, we need two local oscillators. Sorry, here in the MSK also, we need two frequencies, that is two carrier frequencies. You know that as one is A sin 2 pi FCT and another one is A cos 2 pi FCT. Here also we need two only. Here in the receiver side also we need two local oscillators. Then number of bits per symbol. ಒಂದು ಸಿಂಬಲಿಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಬಿಟ್ಸ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಮಿಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ. In ASK, FSK, PSK and DPSK, only one bit transmits. 0 idre 1 bit, 1 idre 1 bit. Only 1 bit transmits for one symbol. But for QPSK and MSK, 2 bits are transmits per symbol. For one symbol, 2 bits are transmits. That is, number of bits per symbol is 2 in QPSK and MSK. Next, bandwidth requirement. Bandwidth requirement is high in ASK. This bandwidth requirement is very high in ASK, amplitude shift keying. In frequency shift keying, it is 4 times that of FB. FB means what? It is frequency. TB is time interval of 1 bit time interval, that is 1 bit, and 1 divided by TB indicates FB. It is 4 times that of FB. In PSK, it is 2 times that of FB. In DPSK, the required bandwidth is less, it is only FB. And in QPSK also it is FB. In MSK, it is 1.5 times that of FB. Here the required bandwidth is slightly high compared to DPSK and QPSK. Next, detection methods. Which detection methods are used in ASK? In ASK, you already know that coherent and non-coherent detection methods are used. Demodulation process. Coherent, here we use the correlator circuit. In non-coherent, here we use the envelope detector circuits. In FSK also we use coherent and non-coherent. In non-coherent, there is no local oscillator circuits. In PSK, only coherent. There is no non-coherent circuit. Only coherent circuits are used in the detection. And in DPSK, non-coherent. Coherent circuits are not used. Here local oscillator is not there. We use only non-coherent demodulation circuit. And in QPSK and MSK, we use coherent detection circuits. This indicates the different digital modulation circuits and its bandwidth, the carrier oscillators requirement, local oscillators requirement, number of bits per symbol, and which demodulation techniques are used. Okay.